Welcome back to MyGrocery application. So today we're going to continue from our previous class. So the application now can perform several new functions. So for example, if you log in from the login screen into the main screen, you can see there's a auto hide icon that allow you to see additional menu, which allow you to select based on product type. User also allow to search product based on keyword using search product button. So this implemented using simple list index. So we're going to look at how that function is being implemented in Flutter. So we look at main screen class. Inside the main screen class, we can see there's an index handling called index 0, which is implemented here. But before that, let's take a look how this feature is being implemented. This icon here that allow user to hide or show this icon button. So this icon is available under scaffold, app bar, and icon button as a widget array. So to change the icon here, we can set one bool variable called visible. So the bool variable here can change state from true and false, and based on the variable, the icon can change from expand more and expand less. So you can see the icon here change from the more or less icon, and the changes here handled by set state method. So if the variable visible is true, we change the variable visible to false. Other than that, we change the visible variable to true, which allow us to change the icon back and forth. So that is for icon button. So the icon that I use in this application basically comes from the Flutter library. So there's no need to import any additional library for this icon to access this icon. Alright, so that is for the icon. For the button, this is just a normal button which is available under this container. So the container here, we use one widget, okay, since we want to make the this section here visible on and off. So we need to wrap all these widgets, all these icon button, cards, and also the text edit. We need to wrap all those widgets into visibility widget, which allow us to change the state of the widget from visible true or false. So we wrap everything, all the widgets that we want to hide into visibility widget. There's one options, visible. So that is how all these widget can be controlled its visibility. So visible, So if the visible variable true, the visibility will turn on. If the visible variable false, all the widgets under visibility widget will be invisible to the user. So inside visibility widget, you can see all the necessary widgets such as cart. This part is cart that wrap all this icon button, and here I use single child scroll view to allow scrolling icon button, and then set all the edges to 5 dp, and we need to set this scroll direction axis horizontal or else it won't work. So the single child scroll view is scrollable, and inside the single axis scroll view, the children for it is a row. Definitely this is a row. And then inside the row widget, we have columns, because for this icon button to work, we need to wrap this inside a column to allow us to get this text and icon together. Right, so this is a custom icon button, allow us to create our own icon. Alright, so the icon button implemented by flat button widget, which can take 2 icon and text. So that's why you can see the icon is here and the text is right under the icon. So this is the icon, this is the text, and the whole blue button here implemented by flat button. So the onPress method implemented by sort item method, you can straight see the method down there. Set the color to blue, this is just so you can change to any color. Edge inset, so all the padding for the flat button set to 10, and then inside the children for flat button columns allow us to take icon and also text. Alright, and then there's a size box there with 3 pixels, allow us to separate all this icon button here, so that we can have this this white separation to separate all the icon buttons. Alright, so that basically for the icon button. And for the search options, which is available, the second visibility widget here, actually you can wrap all the widget into one, but here, because I want to see 2 separate card here, I want to implement 2 separate card here, so that's why you can see there's additional card implemented for this search product function. So basically the same. So wrap everything inside visibility widget, and then set the visible options for the widget, and wrap the child for the visibility widget is set to cart, and inside cart we have a container. So there's a container here, so that the container can take the whole layout as one, and set the screen height to 12. The reason is that I want it to be automatically resized based on the screen height, so divided by 12, so which means that the screen height here from here and here divided into 12 section, so this is 1/12 of the screen size, and it will change automatically based on that option. Alright, so set the height and set the margin for the layout for the container, and then inside this container we have 2 widgets, text edit and button. So I wrap this inside flexible so that it will automatically adjust the layout, flexible layout, and then inside flexible layout we have text field. So this is text field with icon, because I put decoration, input decoration. I forgot one thing about the icon that I use in this widget. If you notice that the MDI icons here, okay, this is additional icon that we can import for Android material design. So for this to work for be able to access MDI icon library, we need to import this in from our pub spec YAML. So we can just take this is material design icons for Flutter. So import this into pub spec and then save, make sure it returns 0. So once you have that, we came back to icon, so you can just import MDI icon and then straight away import the package material design icon into your class. Alright, so that is basically how you import the icon, the additional icon, because we need additional type of icon that is not available in the default Flutter application library. Alright, so coming back to the main layout, so that is basically how this this additional auto hide menu is being implemented. Okay, so you can see that whenever user click on this, you can have more options and allow user to use it without cluttering your interface. Okay, so if user don't like it, they can just hide and then they can just browse all the items or the products available in the shop easily. Okay, but if you want to see additional options, for example, they want to just get or list all the vegetables, so they can just select vegetables and then only vegetables will be listed in the list view. Or if they want to search for something, they can just search based on the keyword. Let's say they are looking for carrot, they just type CAR and search for the product, so carrot will be listed, or the search output will be listed in this screen. Alright, so but I believe that I already that section or that method has been delivered before. I've talked about this before, so please refer to the previous class on that. So that is a few updates for this layout. Okay, so for further understanding how the method is being implemented, you can always follow the method that I listed in yellow here. So you can straight away go to the, for example, you want to look how the sort item method is being implemented. You just go straight to the sort item and you can see the HTTP request and the PHP handling that request straight from this, for example, URL load job. Actually, you can just take, because this one is not load jobs but just load product, so change that. And then how the set state automatically update our list array, and then that is for sort item. And the other method, if for searching here, this search product button here, use this sort item by name method that allow us to search product by name. So you can see the PHP that handling load product.php that handles sort item by name. Basically the same with load product.php, but since we want to search based on the product name, not the product type, so I implemented another PHP. So let's see the load product.php here, load product.php. So the load product.php here accept two variable called type and name, and based on the load product by name, load product by name. So if we receive name or type, okay, so I use is set. If type equal recent, so we list recent product, limit 20 product. Else, other than that, so we search based on type. Else we order product by date, the same. But if name is set, so we can search the product using like statement. So like statement is something is very special SQL statement that allow us to search field based on the key provided using this percentage string. Okay, so this is the variable that we pass, and then if you want to search any combination of a string that is available in the database, so we just put this percentage and percentage, and it will basically return. If you search something like, for example, TO, so it will try to search the database any combination of TO that is available in the application. Okay, so for example, potato, isotonic, so any combination of TO that is available in the database, it will automatically search based on that. Alright, I believe that conclude our main screen, and one thing that I updated the application is the card system here. So the card here basically because when user log in, okay, when user log in into the application, into the main screen here, we need to get this card, the number of item that already in the user card. So for that, I updated login screen. So when user log in, okay, so there are one additional data that we pass, which is quantity. Alright, where do we get this quantity? Because this quantity, we don't get this, or we don't have this data in our user table. Okay, so if you look at user table in the database here, we don't have that information ready. Okay, so we need to query our database. We don't have that. Okay, we don't have that information. So how do we do this? So we need to get that information from card. So this is a card table that allow us to get the quantity. Okay, the C quantity here that referring to the card quantity. So for that, I updated my login user, which allow us to get that information. Okay, so we need to get, this is a login user.card, so SQL quantity, select all from card where email equal email. So this one, we get the data from card, execute the query, and then get the quantity. We count the quantity. Okay, so the quantity that we receive from this table. So for example, this ID here, so we counted all this, and then get the value here. Okay, so we counted and then accumulated into a quantity variable, and then we just perform select all from user, just a normal query, and then finally pass quantity variable, so that whenever user log in, it receive the quantity as part of its data. Okay, quantity user data 6 that basically belong to the quantity that user already had in their card table. Okay, so from main screen we can use quantity because we already passed this quantity to our user object, and then we can use quantity card quantity in our application. So we get that information from our what we call it, floating action button. So we pass to the floating action button extended type. Okay, this is extended type. So this is extended type, and label, the extended type comes with label, this label here. So we want to have the number of item in the user cart. So we get 11 in this example. So allow us to label this with cart quantity that we get from this cart quantity when we load data. That is cart quantity widget.user.quantity, which is the data that is available from cart quantity. Alright, so shouldn't be that hard, very easy to implement. The rest, so we're going to look at the cart system here. So the cart system, when user click on this or this, I haven't yet implemented this menu here on this drawer. So when user click on this cart, that floating action button, sorry, we need to go to the main screen. Floating action button, so it'll be the navigator here will push to the cart screen and pass together with user widget.user. Okay, pass with this object. So we need to go straight to our cart screen. So this cart screen here. Alright, so cart screen basically the same with main screen in a way, because we need to load data first. So you see the override method in its state here. So we load cart and we have one list, practically the same with main screen. So we need the data passed or populated into cart data. So we load cart. Inside load cart, we need to get two information, the total weight and also total price, but that for later. So we have this progress dialog running, updating cart, and then load cart PHP. So look at the load cart PHP, which is here, edit. Alright, so there's a special query here in the load cart PHP where we perform SQL join table, because we need to join table from our product and also from our cart. The reason is that our cart only contain these three tables. That's not much. Okay, we only have email. This is our unique ID for the user, product ID and quantity. The reason that I didn't put price here, because sometimes price do changes. So if we put price here, of course it is easier for us to perform any calculation. But if there's any new updated price on any product, we cannot get the latest price information. So for that, we need to implement what we call as join table operation, where we join cart and product together. So we perform just a normal select statement. So with this special query, so table name, table field, table name, table field. So we just select what we needed from which table. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 field that I need from both table, and then from where? From product, inner join with cart. So this is the inner join. So if you learn about database, inner join is one of the function performed in SQL, allow you to have this operation to join two table. And then on cart equal product ID, where cart email equal email. Okay, forgot in this case I'm not supposed to just use this, so I need to change this, because this is for one only. So I can just use email equal email. Forgot about this, to change this back to that. All right. Okay, so